So I'm delighted to say that joining us once again is one of your favourite opposition views that we've ever had. The feedback we got last time this guy was on was second to none. It's absolutely brilliant. The last time I saw him, he was out in Tokyo fronting the BBC's coverage of the alternative sports, particularly the skateboarding, which everyone absolutely loved, including me, sitting there enjoying my coffee, and all of a sudden, who pops up on the screen? The We Are West Ham podcast friend, Tim Warwood, massive Villa fan as well. Tim, how are you, mate? It's brilliant to have you back, and I know
Pleasure.
the listeners will be delighted.
Pleasure, mate. Absolute pleasure. Yeah. It's
How
quite
was the
funny actually.
Olympics?
It was bonkers, eh? It was absolutely bonkers to be out there and be a part of it. So, I mean, a bit of a backstory for you. I've been a snowboarder since I was 14 years of age. So,
Yeah.
been a snowboarder for forever, basically over 30, well, nearly 30 years. And so when snowboarding made its debut, it was like, felt like you were kind of showcasing this brand new sport to the world. Well, it was brand new for other people, but it did really well. Snowboarding just captured people's imaginations that had never really seen it before. But the same happened with skateboarding as well. You know, to be out there, I'm a terrible skateboarder. I really love it, but to be out there and to kind of showcase these sports, which went down so incredibly well. And of course, we did really well. You know, Team GB getting a couple of medals in BMX and then skateboarding. I think a lot of people that had perhaps, obviously everyone knows about skateboarding, but to see the level of skill that these guys can do, I think it provided a real kind of wow factor for a lot of people, didn't it? So yeah, it was
For
amazing.
sure.
Amazing to
I
me. I
mean,
felt quite privileged to be there.
yeah, I bet you did, mate. I mean, obviously, Sky Brown's heroics helped sort of captured the imagination before
Yeah,
the
yeah,
games, didn't she? But I think you're
yeah.
doing your doing down your own part there, mate. I think you fronting it had a massive part in hooking the audience back home. I know you were the talk of Twitter for a few days running, so that was
I've got,
lovely to see.
it was so hot out there. I took a couple of Hawaiian shirts this summer or last summer. No, this summer. It was this summer. Flip,
Yeah,
I've got to
yeah,
get my
yeah.
dates right. I got a Hawaiian shirt for my birthday in May. And I was like, why have I never worn Hawaiian shirts before? So I bought a couple, took them with me. Of course, it was so bloody hot out there. It was
Yeah.
absolutely like, it was like being in an oven. I know it sounds ridiculous and you probably couldn't really see that on the telly, but so I had to do a couple of trips to H&M while I was there and go and buy a few more Hawaiian shirts. But I bought a Ren and Stimpy Hawaiian shirt and I bought one with broccoli on it. Purple tender stem broccoli, and Twitter blew up the day I wore that one.
Exactly, mate. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic clubber for sure. Well, look, Tim,
Yes, mate.
brilliant to see you over there in the summer. Back to your beloved Villa, of course. It's been a
Oh,
bit of a
God.
strange season, isn't it? I think,
Yeah.
last year was pretty good. You've added a few new players. Leon Bailey was an exciting signing. Danny Ings, I thought,
Yep.
wow, absolutely loved him.
Yeah, love him
You're
as well.
13th in the league at the moment. Doesn't really seem to be gelling and just, don't know, getting a bit stuttery. What have you made of it
It's
so far?
Yeah, you're right. It's been a proper stop-start for us. It's been that classic kind of, and it's Villa fans, well, we all are. You're so quick to go into the, "Oh, we're the worst and we're rubbish and we're this and we need to," but we're 9 games in. It's still early season. We're only a couple of points off 6th place. 5 points, I think it is, off 6th place. So, yeah, we're down in 13th, but, two wins and we're up there. Do you know what I mean? Providing everybody else above us loses. But it's like you've got to take stock a little bit. We still got a new team, some big signings come in, like you said. I think the manager is trying to fit in. He's trying to make them all work and make them all gel. And let's don't want to dwell on it too much, but we lost Jack, didn't we? We lost our best player that the team was built around for the last 6 years. So to lose him, we are, I'd say, still going through some changes, but we have moments of brilliance. We play really well, and we can play really well. And we've got some exciting talent, and the team are really good. I think it's still just a bit of patience, isn't it? Still
Mm.
just a bit of patience.
Is that the feeling with Dean? I mean, you had the fantastic win at Old Trafford, and then it's been 3
Yeah,
defeats on the bounce since then. 2-1 away at Tottenham, 3-2 at home to Wolves. I imagine that one stung a little bit
mate, didn't it?
before
Oh,
a bit of an
terrible.
abject showing at Arsenal. What is it? I mean, is there still? You mentioned patience there. Is that the feeling among Villa fans as far as Dean Smith goes, that you've had a big change over the summer with Grealish and the new players coming in? Just calm down, everyone. It needs a bit of time.
I think so, yeah. And you see it going around as well, don't you? But For me personally, and certainly you kind of got to go from your extended Villa family, haven't you? And who I sit around in the Holt End and the WhatsApp group that I'm in. We're all on the same page at the minute that it is still.
Was it Uncle Tom?
Uncle Ron.
Uncle Ron. That was it.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was it. Yes.
No, Uncle Ron is. I'll be sitting next to him on. I'll be sitting next to him on Sunday. But it's no, it's patience. We're all on the same page. We still love Dean. We still believe he's the right man. Because it is when you go to United and you win, you've got to believe that he can get it done. So there's something going on, obviously, when you're not playing. Wolves was just one of them. That was just one of them. They did play well, to be fair, and they had they were always knocking on the door. But at 2-0 up with 10 minutes to go, you got to see that out, haven't you? Really, you got to see that out.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
at the moment, for me, this side of Christmas, you've got to just we're not spent millions. Well, we literally have spent millions, but do you know what I mean? In kind of the Solskjaer echelons, we've spent nowhere close to 400 million. In fact, I don't know how much we have spent, to be fair,
and a lot of it's money you've bought in with Grealish. Who's an academy product. It's organic money, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. We're not in debt. The owners still believe. I've seen some stadium plans knocking around to, extend the stadium a little bit. So I just think as well, patience. It's you get that football fan. You know what we're like? We're all rubbish, aren't we? We're fickle and we just want to be winning every week. We love that feeling of winning. And the moment you start to lose a few, 3 on the bounce, you're right, is bad. I'm gonna say that the Wolves one was a banana skin. Didn't watch Friday. I worked Friday night, but I had some friends I was working in London actually Friday, and I had some friends that went to the game, and then they came to where I was on Friday night, and they just walked in, and I saw them across the room. I was hosting on a stage, and as they walked in, because I'd been following it whilst I was working, and they just looked at me and they shook their heads.
Yeah, I did watch that, and it wasn't a bit of an abject show, which was strange.
Yeah.
But I mean, we've mentioned all these attacking players you've got. Watkins was obviously doing it last season, and Ings has come in there. Leon Bailey, I know he's not the replacement for Grealish because they are different types of players, but he was bought for that left wing position.
Yeah.
But it seems to be at the back that you've sort of having some problems. Again, Tyrone Mings and Conte last season looked absolutely fine.
Brilliant.
You got Matty Cash in there and stuff. What's happened there? Emi Martinez as well was the next best thing since sliced bread. And what seems to have happened at the back?
Don't know. What if they've changed? Haven't they, with Twanzebe coming in, who I love, by the way. But to try and get them all in and get them all gelling. And Mings has had a little bit of he's having a wobble as well, isn't he, at the minute? He was, from by all accounts, pretty bad on Friday. That's what my mate said that walked through the door. He's like, Mings didn't know whether he was coming or going. I don't know. It is just one of them, isn't it? I just would like a bit more. I'd like to just go to almost play a 4-3-3. Go back to 4-3-3. You got to let Mings know that actually he might be captain and he might be the poster boy for the team now, but he can be droppable, can't he? If he keeps
for course,
making mistakes. And I don't know whether I'd like to think Dean doesn't sign up for any of that. I'd like to think that he is actually the kind of manager that he's in behind the scenes. He's going, do you know what? I'll drop you if you're not playing well. Put a shift in, kind of thing. And I'm sure he is. But that's for me is go a 4-3-3, and then I'd probably go Watkins up front. As good as Ings is brilliant, but he hit the ground running. He scored a wonder goal against Newcastle. Everyone's like, "Hey, here we go, this is it." We know, blah, blah, blah. But I think like put Watkins back where he was last season. Put him right up top in the middle, feeding him balls, giving him that service. Let him run his legs off. I don't know, 50, 60, 70 minutes, whatever you want to do, and then bring Ings on to do the same job almost.
It's very strange, isn't it? Because there's often that, I mean, we have to see it among fans and football managers all the time. There's often that appetite, just change for change's sake. But what you actually had last season, I know you've lost Jack, which is huge. What you had last season was a pretty good recipe for a team, not just Grealish, but 11 players who were playing well and pulling in the right direction. And Grealish was that bit of spark that got you over the line in a few games that you perhaps wouldn't without him. But there were 10 other players playing in order for him to be able to showcase his talents, weren't there? And it just all of a sudden seems like everything's been jumbled up. a little bit too much, perhaps. But there's still faith that all the players are sort of pulling in the right direction. It doesn't sound like the way you're talking, nor does your league position really, that it's a huge disaster at the moment.
I don't think it is. And we've had John McGinn's coming back to, well, he's back, isn't he? He's been back at his best, which has been brilliant. Matty Cash has dropped off a little bit. Matty Target has dropped off a little bit. So once the players find form again and come back to find form, because I think actually you look back to last season, we had a season where they were firing. All the players were just, they all found form at the right time and gelled as a unit. And I think, perhaps what you're missing, that one man of Grealish that would perhaps drag the team. You've now got a team of really good players, but they need to gel. They need to all be playing well, and that's what will carry us across the line, so to speak.
Yeah. No, fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Well, look, looking ahead to the game on Sunday at Villa Park, last season was a bit of a minger for you lot. Jesse Lingard burst onto the scene and let everyone know that actually he's not finished like people thought. Great performance. One of most West Ham fans called that one of their favourite games of last season, understandably.
Yeah.
How are you feeling ahead of this one? There's sort of some trepidation on the podcast about the game. How's it looking from the Villa?
What trepidation from your boys?
Yeah, I just think it's not always been a happy hunting ground. I always feel quite confident going there, but it's not always been a happy hunting ground for West Ham. I think it's just because no one really knows what Villa are going to turn up, perhaps.
Which team is going to turn up? Yeah.
And you're talking about gelling. If it happens this week, those players on the top of their game, Ings, Watkins, Leon Bailey, we've seen some glimmers of him already. They turn it on, they're frightening for any team. So I think that it comes from there, just like, oh, what we're going to get here.
Yeah. I'm going to go I think we'll have it'll be a draw. I think there'll be goals, a draw. Probably go 1-1, I think.
1-1, yeah. What can you see like the style of play?
I don't know what they're gonna. I don't know what he's gonna do. I've seen on Twitter a few things calling for just Watkins up top on his own, trying to put him back, and because his body language has been a bit weird. That's the other thing we've been noticing in the old Villa, in the WhatsApp groups, is he's not, his head's dropped a bit. He doesn't seem to have like the swagger, and it's been a few times. I don't know if you probably haven't noticed, but goals have gone in and he's not there celebrating with the rest of the team. It's been a bit weird. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe he's a bit disconcerted.
Yeah. Would you think that's the arrival of Ings, do you think, or something else?
Maybe, playing out of position as well. I don't know. Maybe he's but he's breaking into the England team. He's scoring goals in the England team. So, why not? You'd have thought that the love would have been there, wouldn't you? You thought he would have, he'd be happy at the minute, but
God, far be it from us to try and get in the head of professional footballers.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. Well, look, 1-0, I think it's such a bizarre sort of way West Ham been playing recently. There hasn't been really rhyme or reason other than every single player's putting in 100% all the time. But the game against Tottenham at the weekend, extremely cagey. Some games we've left ourselves really open, but we've been confident we're going to score as many as well. So hard to say how David Moyes will play this at the weekend. I think obviously sitting in fourth, it's one of those weekends where if we get a point because of our goal difference, we'll be fourth after the game week. And I think in reality, a point away at Villa, they'd probably take it, to be honest. Is that the view among the Villa fans as well, do you think? Or is it we need a win or just stop the rot?
Stop the rot for sure. Yeah, I think get a result, get some points, start to get that momentum again. Because training midweek is all very well and good, in it, but you've got to do it on the week. You've got to do it on Saturday. You've got to get out there, haven't you? Well, Sunday in this case at 4:30.
Yeah.
But you've got to get out there and you've got to do it in front of the fans. Well, we're back in front of the fans now. You've got to get out there and get it done. So I think for us, certainly for me, it is a case of a performance.
Yeah, sure.
A bit of a confident boost, ping some nice passes around, get your performance up, score a few goals, and hopefully don't let in
lose again.
Don't let in more than you score.
Well,
so I'd take a draw. but that's me being pessimistic.
Yeah, I think fair enough. I understand that. But look, Tim, it's been brilliant having you on again. You've said 1-0 there. I don't know. I'd like to think we'd edge it. We've obviously got a cup game against City this week, which could affect us on Wednesday night. But are you in the cup? Are you in the League Cup still?
I actually don't know. Yes,
I'm
we
not
are.
sure.
Yeah.
Have you got? Just trying to have a look who you've got before that game. No, it doesn't look like it. Next game, West Ham at home. So I don't know if you've lost in the cup
Oh
already.
no,
I probably should
we
have
lost
checked.
to Chelsea?
Ah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, we lost to
Well, look,
Chelsea.
Tim, before we let you go, you're going to score a prediction. How is Uncle Ron? Because I know everyone will be
Mate,
wanting to know.
he's literally never been better. He's more than happy. He's more than happy as long as the Villa are playing well. He doesn't care if we win or lose. And actually, can I say this? This is a bit bad. I shouldn't really say this. He's more than happy when he sees Man United lose. So you can only imagine how he was on the weekend.
yeah, a few wry smiles. Well, look, Tim, it's brilliant having you on. I know you weren't feeling too clever yesterday, so we hope you feel
mate,
better
I'm
soon.
all right. Thank you. Much better.
Thanks for showing up. Absolutely brilliant stuff. What you did over the summer for
Thanks,
the
boss.
skateboarding at the Olympics, it was brilliant.
Appreciate
And do give our respect and love to Uncle Ron as well.
I will do, of course. Yeah, nice one.
Absolutely brilliant. Tim Warwood there, massive Villa fan, BBC Sports reporter.